A few weeks ago, we asked our subscribers to send us footage of them playing badminton. And after watching, we found some common mistakes that, if they can change, will massively improve their game.
So in this video, we're going to focus on doubles, and the points we make will be applicable to a lot of you too. So as we go through the video, think about whether you make the same mistakes and listen out for our tips on how to fix them.
So first up, we have Bryan from Malaysia, who's in the red shirt. Now Bryan, like a lot of players, could be winning more points if he improved his ability to know what shot is his and what isn't. So Bryan hits a good serve, but then he tries to take the return of serve, which ends in disaster. And if we look at his partner, he was literally waiting there and in a great position. But the question is, how do you know when to take this shot and when to leave it?
Well, we have a general rule of thumb. If you serve and can move forwards into the shot, then it's yours. If you serve and move sideways, but can still hit the shuttle in line or in front of your body, it's yours. But if you serve, then move sideways and you're striking the shuttle behind your body, like Bryan was, then it's not yours. This is because you can't see where your opponents are and you won't be able to play as good of a shot.
Yeah, if Bryan had left this shot for his partner, this is what could have happened instead. He can move forwards into it, and he can see where his opponents are, so he's more likely to play a better shot. Funny enough, this is the same mistake we saw Yuma making, who's in the red top from Indonesia. Again, he turns backwards to take the shot, whereas his partner would have been moving forwards and taking it much earlier. We told you these were common mistakes that a lot of you make, but as you can see, improving this is literally the difference between losing and winning rallies.
We also saw one other area of improvement for Yuma, and this will really help him and you get to that next level. So Yuma makes a great move forwards towards the net, but then look at the placement of these next two shots. He hits them both to his opponent's racket. If we compare this to one of the world's best men's doubles players, Kim Won-ho, who is amazing at this, you can see that he switches the second shot to the other side and doesn't let them off, like Yuma did.
Okay, let's move on to Nghia from Vietnam, who's in the yellow top. Now, Nghia had some great areas, like his power and speed, but in the short clip he sent in, we noticed one key area for improvement. So if you watch closely here, Nghia hits a really nice drop shot and got himself a short lift ready to use his powerful smash. But he then hits it straight onto his opponent's racket, which gets his partner into trouble and they lose the rally as a result.
Oh, that's unlucky though. Now, aside from just don't hit to your opponent's racket, we have one rule that would have helped Nghia in this situation.
Yeah, so if your opponents lift down the middle, you generally want to smash down the middle, unless of course it's a very short lift. And this is for two reasons. One is that it can create confusion between your opponents about whose shot it is. And the second reason is that if they do get it back, it's likely to come back into your partner's hitting zone.
If we compare this to what happened with Nghia, his partner was stood in the middle, as he should be, but then because the smash went to the side, the easiest reply was down the tram line, which exposed his partner and forced him to take it late. Now let's compare this to our next subscriber, Jonathan from Australia, who's in the black top. His opponents lifted to the middle and Jonathan hit down the middle, creating confusion, and it was an outright winner.
Yes, Jonathan knows the rule. Or does he? 2 points later, his opponent did the exact same lift, but this time Jonathan played a different shot to their racket. Why, Jonathan? Why?
Yeah, some basic badminton insight for you all. If it's working, like really working, then keep doing it until it's no longer working. That's why you'll see some pros flick time after time, or use the same return of serve again and again.
Next up, we have Melvin from England, who's in the black top. And in the clip he sent in, we noticed that whilst he was technically and physically really good, there were some elements of his tactical game that could definitely be improved.
So let's break this rally down and show you what Melvin could have done differently. So his partner plays a great cross-court drive, but then even with the opponent looking like this, both of them just stay stood there. So the first tip for Melvin and his partner is to make moves forwards. This is something pros do all of the time when they see that their opponent is in trouble. And doing this means they can instantly finish off the rally.
So yeah, hopefully Melvin now moves forwards and kills this shot. But say he doesn't and he's still in this position. What else could he have done differently?
Well, what he should have done here is hit a net shot to the middle, rather than directly in front of his opponent. For his opponent here, it will be a lot harder to change his direction and momentum towards the middle, especially with the way he's stood.
Yeah, because of his defensive stance, it's actually pretty easy for him to just lunge forwards. But if Melvin had played the shot to the middle, then he might not have reached the shot at all. The difference between hitting a shot here and here might not seem like much, but it can have such a big impact.
Absolutely. Now next up we have Yutaka from Denmark, who's in the white top. Yutaka also made two of the common mistakes we've shown so far, not using small turns to the middle and not moving forwards when the opponent is in a position where they can't play with power.
But despite Yutaka actually being tactically smart most of the time, he still made one more common mistake, and this was not adjusting his tactics for when playing taller players. So look at this for example. The flick serve was way too flat for this tall opponent, so he could quite easily smash it down for a winner.
Yeah, and there's many ways you can adjust your tactics for when you're playing taller players. Whether that's making sure your lifts and flicks are higher or playing softer soft shots. These shots will help you hit it out of the reach of your tall opponents and make them move, which they often don't like doing.
Now you might have noticed a theme throughout this video so far, that we're comparing what you guys do to what the best in the world do.
Yeah, for example, if you lost a rally and wanted to see what you could have done differently, then you might look for a clip of Kim Won-ho in a similar position at the net, or maybe Ranky Ready to see where he's placing his smashes.
And to do this well, you might need to watch a selection of matches. So to find unlimited matches that aren't geo-blocked, we'd recommend using Surfshark VPN, who are excitingly sponsoring this video.
Yeah, if you've watched any of our videos before, you'll know that we've used Surfshark VPN for literally the last 5 years. Mostly to watch tournament live streams and matches on YouTube if they're geo-blocked in our location.
But there's so many other benefits which we love. From saving money on flights to tournaments, to watching our favourite TV shows no matter where we are in the world, to knowing that we're browsing securely when we're out at coffee shops or in hotels on public Wi-Fi. We've had so many subscribers tell us they now use Surfshark, and as we said, we love it too. So we're going to keep recommending it to you guys.
And if you've not tried it yet, but now want to, then go to surfshark.com/Badminton Insight or click the top link in the description below and use our code Badminton Insight at checkout. Using our link means it's less than $2 a month, and there's also a 30-day money-back guarantee anyway, so you can try it out risk-free.
Yeah, now if you liked this video, we also think you're going to like this video that we'll link here for you. And if you want to feature in future subscriber analysis videos, then check out the description below for all of the details.
And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you smash the subscribe button, and we'll see you in another video very soon.
Bye.